Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 6 of this Hockey Legacy Manager 25 career mode here with the San Jose Sharks on my channel. Today we are going to be getting into the 2027 NHL Entry Draft, where in the last episode we were able to move up and land at the second overall pick, only behind the Toronto Maple Leafs, which gives us a good chance at Landon Dupont as a draft pick. So, with the last episode, I asked you guys a couple questions technically, of which player should we draft if Landon Dupont is not available at pick number 2 for the upcoming draft, and 2, are there any other prospects or players who you think would fit nicely with the rest of this Sharks core? The reply came from just Pablo Games saying, I'd say trade back and try to get a goalie. The offensive core is already really good and you are going to have to pay them all eventually. So looking at the goalies that are available here, Nurmi is a really good option. He could potentially be a franchise goalie. He's not huge. He's 6 feet tall, 197 pounds, but definitely going to be 70 overall. Besides that, looking at the other goalies here, Casey's probably a decent option too. Probably not quite as good. He's going to be, I don't know what, do we even have ratings on him? Yeah, so he's going to be 62 overall about. Kirby could be a really good option too. So those are the 3 goalies we could potentially look at. At pick number 10, we might get Nurmi. We would be lucky to get him. But we're definitely holding on to pick 2 and using that on either Dupont or Zayazin. One of those 2 guys is going to be very solid. They should both be 74 rated. So yeah, we definitely just need one more defenseman to really solidify our top 4. Like, our top 4 is going to be insane. But it's really more just a matter of, here, let's go to depth charts, and you can see on the potential here, obviously we've got Zane Perrick, Kari Toivonen, Sam Dickinson, and yeah, if we get that one more guy in there, then we're locked and loaded and ready to go. So it's gonna be a good time once we actually get that last guy. Obviously our forward core is pretty well set already. We've got other guys like Misa, Bordelot, Christensen, Halton, and like there's lots of players. We're already kind of set on who our forward core is going to be. So, without further ado, let's get to the draft. This should be a good one, and we're looking to try and trade into another top 10 pick, potentially, to get that other goalie there in Nurmi. Alright, so into the draft, the Leafs have the first overall pick. We have pick 13, so there is a chance that we could maybe try to trade with the either St. Louis Blues or Detroit Red Wings and maybe find a trade there. We could just do Mario Ferraro straight up. That's not bad. Eklund and Misa we're not going to trade. Was that Detroit? That was Detroit. So those are options. Pick 7 we don't have a trade option for. Pick 10, Ferraro or Eklund again. Who's this Cantu guy? Yeah, no, we don't really want him. Okay, so honestly, we had a comment there from the last episode. Let me see if I can find it. Because it was another one talking about Ferraro, and I just need to actually figure out where that comment is. Okay, so here's another comment from Sharks Oregon. We're not on the board yet, which is great, but he said, fun to watch, just got caught up on the series. Thanks for putting it together. Few things Celebrini does wear 71. Really surprised that you didn't trade Ferraro for 2 first-round picks. In the second or third episode, would have traded him on the block as his prime doesn't fit the team, and his value is high right now. Also, can't believe you picked McKenna. Would be so excited if this happened in real life. Finally, the Askarov trade for Perek, I like the Askarov trade for Perek, but I think you have all the pieces you need at this point. Perek and Dickinson are going to make an amazing top pair, and then again, if we get Dupont here too, that's going to be awesome. But this is where that Ferraro trade could come in. We could get another top-end pick for Mario Ferraro. So yeah, he does have a modified no-movement clause. Depends on, I don't even know if we can see which, oh, there we go. Okay, so those are his teams on the modified no-move clause, which, fair enough. But yeah, we are going to make this trade for Mario Ferraro. It'll get us the 9th overall pick, and hopefully Nico Nurmi. And of course that trade does go through, so that is a big name trade. And all right, here we go. We're into the draft. So does Landon Dupont stay on the board? Yes, he does. Ooh, Zayazin went first. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is not what I was expecting by any means. So Dimitri Zayazin's your first overall pick, not Landon Dupont or Andre Wang. So we're going to go with Landon Dupont as the second overall pick. We need the defenseman more than the center. And yes, don't get me wrong, the other sniper there would be fabulous, but we're going with Dupont, and he is a high franchise 74 overall rated player. That is a miss by the Toronto Maple Leafs for sure, from every angle. So let's see how the other players go. Of course, Nermy's off the board by 1 pick. Oh, that is frustrating. Okay, so with that being the case, let's see who else was on the board. Okay, Repik was sweet. Kaloon, Sutton, of course, Andre Wang, all those players looking really good, honestly. But I like where we got Dupont. Pick number 9 now. So there isn't a goalie on the board. So the next goalie coming up is this Casey guy. So maybe we trade back for him. That could be an option too. Yeah, because he's not that far down the board, but we're not going to pick that far off the board either. I would rather go with a guy like maybe Sean Gravel. He seems to have decent potential overall. This Leonard guy looks good too, so we could use both of those picks on these next 2 guys. I do wonder how good Ulis Benda is going to be. Probably not going to take him, but let's see if we can get another trade offer in the 19 to 20 range. Maybe pull something off there. See if there's any trades available here. Dickinson, no. Cohen a third, maybe, and then Victor Eklund we're not trading, so not that one. Dickinson again, Cohen a third. Okay, so those are all like the exact same trade options. All these teams just want the exact same things. It's kind of funny. Colin Waite's 30, Brandon Coe's 25. Okay, not really worth it. I guess we could take Casey with pick 13. I'd probably be okay with that. But you know what? We've picked a defenseman already. I'm going to risk it a little bit here. We're going to go with another defensive defenseman, but we'll see if we could probably turn him into a 2-way based on his size being 5'10". How big? Keenan's not going to be my pick. Benda's decent, but probably not going to be my pick either. Okay, so let's go with Gravel. See if we can land a stud here, and he is elite. Let's go. Okay, that I was taking a complete shot in the dark there. All right, let's see if we can assemble a trade for like pick 19 there from the Islanders, trading up pick number like 28. Maybe we don't need to trade 28, but yeah, let's see. Go to the Islanders, go for their first round pick. And we'll trade, I would go pick 13 and then ask for them to trade like, I don't know, a second next year or 2 years from now. Does that go through? No. Okay, what if we replace that pick for a third next year from them? That should be closer. All right, so that does go through. So we trade away pick 13. Am I against that? No. Does it suck that we missed an army by 1 pick? Yes, but we got another elite defenseman out of that miss, so that's okay. Are you kidding me? This game actually kind of hates me. We just missed Casey by 1 pick as well. He's 6'7". He's huge. That is a huge goal. Okay, I guess we're going with this, I don't know, Leonard guy then? Because we haven't picked. Oh, that is so frustrating. Are you kidding me? I got nothing else. I don't know how else to describe what just happened there. That was hilarious. Okay, I guess we'll go with Terrence Leonard at pick 19 here. Not the player I expected to get, but 72 rated top 6 forward. That's pretty solid for pick 19. This has just been such a weird draft so far. Okay, so we'll go over to pick 28. Let's see who else went off the board there. Anybody else good? Not really. Casey and Leonard were kind of the last 2 really solid players. I guess Nalimov is decent. But what is this draft? Okay, next up, I know we just picked a right winger, but honestly, I think I'm going to go with this Fitzgerald guy. He looks pretty solid. Hopefully a high top 6 sniper. Could be high elite even. You don't know for sure. Maybe that Kaprizov guy is going to be good, but I'm going to go with my gut here and go with Fitzgerald. How good is he? Okay, top 6. Not bad for a first rounder as well. Again, I really like the 4 players we got, really just buffing out the right side here. So that looks really solid. We'll go over to pick 37, and let's see who we missed in between here. So we picked Fitzgerald there, and then, yeah, only like Sandu was kind of decent. So we could take Kaprizov here. Who else is on the board? is that Kirby goalie on the board? Yeah, he's right there. So those are two. You know what? We got to go with the goalie at this point. Like, we've had so many opportunities to go with goalies and just had the goalies plucked from underneath our nose by one pick twice. So we'll go with Kirby. He's only a low starter. That's not amazing. What's his name? Will Kirby. So again, pretty average goalie, honestly. But over to pick number 63, and at 63 we do have a lot of players to go through here to review, see who else we missed. There was another low starter that went there somewhere, so you can see, you might not be able to see everybody, but you can see where our last pick was. Kirby was 70 overall, so Will Kirby's not bad. 70 overall defensive defenseman in Morris, top 4 D-man in Muhammad there. And besides that, that's pretty much it. Not a ton of other potential here, as you can see. So yeah, all right. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna actually just slide my face cam over to the other corner here, go right there. But now you guys can actually see the draft board a little bit better. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with these first four picks that we got here. I mean, obviously there's a lot of players in there, but we built out the right side even better. We added another starter / backup goalie to our lineup there, along with what's his name? Along with Gabriel Dagel, who we already have. But I'm gonna go with this guy because how do you say this name? Balakvostikov? Sergei Balakvostikov. That's a great name. Like, that is, if he turns out to be sick, okay, he is a low top 4, so there is potential that he could be good. But if he turns out to be something, that's going to be a hilarious name for me to try and pronounce later on when we're actually doing, like, simulations in the playoffs and stuff. There's another Kirby in here, too. I just noticed that. He was okay. A medium top 9. Legal was a poor top 4, so not bad picks there either. Pretty solid, actually. I'm pretty impressed with this draft. So next up, we could go with Toivonen. We could go with, how do you say this name? Varvio? Mikko Varvio. Yeah, you know what? We'll probably go with him. The only other guy that I was maybe considering was this Toivonen guy, because we already have a Toivonen, but this is Al Toivonen, which is hilarious, and he's not related in any way to Kari Toivonen. So we'll take Varvio. I think he's going to be a better player overall. Is there anybody else on the board that could be good? Like, maybe this LaFrance guy is decent. Where's our next pick? Because LaFrance is at 99. Do we have a pick before 99? Yeah, we definitely do. Okay, so we'll take LaFrance with our next pick, but we're going to go with Varvio here. And Mikko Varvio is a top 9 sniper on the right wing, so we're good on right wingers. We don't need to draft any more of those at this point. That's just too many right wingers, honestly. So and let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more picks here still. That's kind of insane. Something else I'm thinking of, because I didn't point this out to you guys yet, but there's a few other guys in the 80-ish or 84, 85 range that could turn out to be decent, depending on, where they land, which players are available. So, you know what? I'm going to go with LaFrance over Toivonen. I just have this feeling that he's going to be like top 4. I've been trolled like that by the game a few times, and I'm gonna go with this guy instead, Rick LaFrance. Okay, and he's high top 9, so that's solid. Type of player we were looking for, again, fits what our team needs in a high top 9 player. And then over at pick 101, let's see who else is available here. So who got picked off the board? There's LaFrance, and then we went quite a few picks down here, and yeah, Toivonen was top 9. Okay, so I guess we could have picked him, but I'm glad he wasn't a 4th, but also we technically missed on him there. We could go with Martinek here. I don't think we really need another goalie. I would rather go with like another center here, and Anderson. We got to pick this guy. His name's just too good. So Anders Anderson, top 9 sniper as well, but he's a center this time, so that's a little bit different. And then we'll go over to pick 133, and you know what? Based on the amount of picks we have left here, I am actually going to try to, let's see if we can make a trade with, I know St. Louis has our pick from last year, so I'm wondering if we can snag a couple 7th rounders or something from them here, just to, give ourselves a chance. So trade those 2 7s for, like, I don't know, a 5th rounder 2 years from now or something like that. Let's do that. And okay, that goes through. So we'll get pick number, what was that, 179 and 200. Yeah, okay, not bad. Not bad for a 5th rounder. Because I like what potential options there are remaining here still. So besides that, we could go, we don't really need more right wingers again, like I said. We don't really need more defensemen either. Like, who else is available here? Maybe we go with Pennington or like Pearsons. Again, we've picked quite a few of each type of position here besides like left wingers at this point. I guess left wingers, and like we could pick another left D, so maybe we go with Pennington. Yeah, you know what, let's go with Weens. I know we've picked 2 right D already, but we're going to go for a 3rd here. Okay, he's high 6, so that's honestly not bad for a 5th rounder. Pretty solid potential there. And let's see who else was in between. Oops, that's the wrong screen again. Who else fell in between that pick and our next pick? So high top 6, there's, oh no, that was another guy. Wolf, we just missed him altogether until now. But there's Weens, or Wines, I guess is how you'd say his name. Yeah, so there's Wines, and then, okay, decent player in St. Pierre. Couple other okay players there. Yeah, okay, that's about it. Oh, Bergquist is 68 rated. He is 20, so that's a nice feature that got added to the game this year, is that players that are like past their first year of draft eligibility, being 18, don't just immediately go to free agency. But we're going to pick Pennington. Okay, he's only high 7th. I was hoping for another high top 6. So I think we're really locked down on defense now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensemen we picked just in this draft alone. So I think from this point on we're good with just like forwards really at this point. We don't really need anybody else. So let's see who else has decent potential overall here. Not bad. There's a bunch of guys that could be good. I would say let's go with, I'm thinking Churyakov for sure. Shervyakov, I think is how you'd say his name. So yeah, let's go with Vitaly Shervyakov, and he is, okay, he's a low 4th liner. Great. So probably not making worthwhile decisions with these picks. Yeah, Dor would have been better, but that's okay. All right, who else is available here? And yeah, Wagner would have been better too, obviously. Yeah, that doesn't look super great on my part. I guess, yeah, Churyakov we couldn't really pick ahead of. Okay, it's all good. The next player on the board that I want to go with, we could go with Allen, or, you know, I'm tempted to take up risk on this Prince guy. I know he's only 51 rated with a 78 potential overall, but if he's good, is he high 9? Okay, he's high 4th, go figure. But yeah, okay, our last 2 picks, the 7th rounders that we didn't necessarily need to trade for, both turn out to be 4th line players, so that's okay. Sometimes high 4th liners actually turn out. But let's sim the rest of the draft, see how it finishes off. I'm really happy with how this draft went, apart from, you know, not getting an elite goalie. That was part of the comments, but it happens. It's not always just a nice walk in the park on the draft for getting the players you want. Sometimes, you know, things like that happen. So Allen was decent. Anybody else? Not really. I mean, yeah, I like some more medium 6s. Those guys will probably make the league at some point. Fitzpatrick looked okay. And Derek Wiley looked okay. So that's pretty much it for the draft. But yeah, you look at this draft group that we got here. These players are sweet. Am I a little bit annoyed that we traded Ferraro for Gravel? No, not really. I think it's fine. It will make us bad for an extra year maybe, but I like 90 health. That is a hugely important stat for a guy like Sean Gravel. And then, of course, Landon Dupont is going to be sweet as well. Very nicely balanced player. Just a matter of, is he going to grow in the offseason? Let's see. He did up his point production, so I'm really hoping that he will see some offseason growth. But that is it for the draft. So a heck of a draft for us, honestly. I'm really happy with how that went. And you look at the rest of the top end here, like, yeah, Zaizin, Wang, Sutton, those guys are going to be good players, obviously. But pick 3, 1, and 1. Well, we went 1, 3, 1, 2. So that's very solid for how many high picks we had. I guess we went 4, 1, 3, 1, 2. So yeah, we're loaded on top talent at this point. We should have the highest trade power and prospect pool because Of course we do. You look at that top end is sick. And then prospect rankings, yeah, when you have 2 high franchise players, look out rest of the NHL. That's all I gotta say. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. Obviously, we've got the number 7 prospect in Gabriel Daigle there too, who didn't really grow this year. I mean, he put up 10 shutouts this season. Jeez. And won 28 of 32 games played. Goals saved above expected. He saved 46.8 goals above expected. Yeah, okay. If this man isn't like 84 overall by next season, I don't know what I'm gonna say to the game or say about the game, because there's just no way that's the case. Honestly, Toivonen's looking real sweet too. I'm excited for him. We got him. The fact that we got him at pick 16 is insane. That might be one of the biggest draft steals that we ever have. And then Misa just hasn't really grown quite as much as I'd hoped. He put up almost identical numbers to last year. His plus minus was a little better. But yeah, his draft year, he absolutely fooled us as far as his draft year goes. Like, if we go back to right here, 2025, who else is looking better than him so far? Spence is looking better. Mooney's looking better. There's quite a few guys that are looking better than Misa. Ryabkin, I guess, but he went a pick ahead of him, which doesn't really bother me, because again, we never had a shot at him. So, all right. With that being said, let's finish up the offseason, get to the re-signing phase and everything else here. Get all our contract extensions done. And yeah, we got some big names, obviously. Celebrini, Will Smith, those guys are getting locked up to long-term deals. I'm not even going to mess around with it. We just want to sign these guys. So we'll go $9.1 million for the next 8 years for Will Smith. That's a big payout, but it's going to be worth it. And then Macklin, Celebrini at 21, sign him till he's 29 at $11.7 million. Just under that will probably be 11.1, somewhere in there. I like an $11 million contract for him. I think that is accurate for how good he's going to be. Just give him time, obviously. We will sign Logan Couture to a 1-year deal here. I guess, yeah, $2 million. Again, current Sharks captain. I mean, Celebrini's got to be right there for being ready for leadership. But obviously, you know, we don't want to rush him by any means. But I do get the feeling that Celebrini will be our next captain after Couture here, just because Couture's had lots of time to really be solid. Obviously, nobody wants to play for the Sharks team still, because we are still not good. We just won the 2nd overall pick again, so yeah, it's really more just a matter of, okay, sign these guys as just the extra depth pieces, and then they'll get like 1 or 2 years, and then they're probably gone after that, if I'm being completely honest. So, all right, besides that, we will sign Toivonen, Misa, Dickinson, and I think that's it for now, but we'll see how the rest of the growth goes on these other prospects, because we don't know for sure if they're going to be really good or not. So Chmelevski, and I guess we'll sign Gaudreau too. Might as well. So let's simulate a day, continue on, and we get all of those contracts signed. So yeah, the $11 million, the big ones are the $11 million for Macklin, Celebrini, and the $9.1 for Will Smith. So $20 million for your top 2 centers. It's honestly a pretty reasonable spot to be based on where those guys are going to be playing in the lineup. I guess it's not top 2 centers. $20 million for 2 of your top 3 players on your top line. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it the worst thing ever? Not really. I think we're going to be just fine. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And all right, let's go like that. Beautiful. All right. So now that we're back, we'll just continue simulating right up to free agency. See what's available in free agency. You know, maybe we can spend some cash. But yeah, everybody else is just prospects remaining in our system. So sim to free agency. Let's see what's available there. There's a Cale Makar there. Do we have 13 million? We definitely have 13 million. The only thing is he probably wants a no movement clause. So that's probably the thing that would kind of hurt us, because again, yeah, we need to keep room for the guys like Landon Dupont to actually grow into a role. If we go out and sign a Cale Makar, does it make our team better? Yes, absolutely, 1000% it does. But is it an overcommitment of money where we could probably just save it, stay more cap flexible, make some deals that, you know, help our team in the long run of getting additional picks and extra depth and whatever else? Like, yeah, that's probably where the money is better spent. There's not a ton of prospects in here, though. I'm kind of surprised. Like, normally there's a few more prospects than that available. So the youngest players in here, there's not a ton of crazy talent. It's mainly just guys that either didn't get signed or are in that type of boat. Might sign this guy, actually. Maxim Lisiev. Yeah, let's sign him for sure. And then besides that, like, Makar's obviously the big fish. Let's see what he wants. I mean, it's not realistic to go sign him by any means, but when you look at how much cap space our team has currently, like, yes, don't get me wrong, the contracts coming up as far as Kakko, Perek, quite a few guys like that, they might balloon as those players get better, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't really want to spend all $27 million, but we could get a guy like Cale Makar pretty easily at the same time. All right, so let's start free agency. I guess we could, oh my god, we're going to have to offer him a ton of money. Yeah, no, we're not offering Makar $16 million. As nice as that would be for him, I just don't think we need to do that. Gunler would cost us a lot, probably not worth it either. I'm kind of stumped on who I actually would want to go for here. So let's go for Alisiev, wherever he has ended up here now. I probably scrolled right past him, maybe not. There he is. Okay, so we'll definitely offer him a contract. I don't see why he wouldn't take that. Besides that, other potentially decent players are pretty far and few between. Anybody who's played for San Jose, we could go. Okay, so we get Alisiev. I am interested to see. Okay, so Makar's gone. I'm interested to see where he actually signed, because that is obviously illegal. Nashville. He signed in Nashville. What? That's crazy. Okay. Not one that I would have picked by any means. You know what? I really like Kevin LeBlanc. I just said Kevin LeBlanc. Kevin LeBanc. I really like Kevin LeBanc, so let's sign him 1 year, like $17 million, just eat up a ton of cap space. And yeah, I'm not going to feel bad about that at all. So let's do that. Send to the next round. Obviously, he's going to accept that. And all right, I feel a little bit better now with our team only being at $11 million in cap space. So obviously, we will use that $11 million, whether it be 3-team trades or something else like that. But yeah, obviously, we made a pretty big deal there trading away Mario Ferraro. So now we just get to sit back, sim to the Hall of Fame, nominate a couple players here and there. Second round pick for Yannick. Honestly, not a horrible trade offer from Ottawa there, but does he really fit anywhere in our team? That's really the question I'm asking myself. And is he going to be worth a second round pick? I'm going to say no, so we'll just hold on to that. Let's go to the Hall of Fame, see what's available for players. So that was our last class that we saw. But obviously, we're going to nominate Patrick Marleau again. We want to get him in there. And besides that, we'll go, I would say, definitely go with Dominic Hasek. And then Jeremy Roenick. And one more, probably going to be, I'll go with another goalie, Chris Osgood. All right, so we'll go with those three guys. All right, so Marleau looks like he gets 32%, all 100% of the votes. Beautiful. And then Hasek and Osgood are your other guys. So there's your class. Patty Marleau makes it into the Hall of Fame. That is absolutely fantastic. We love to see that. And all right, let's sim to the next season now. So we're going to get a ton of trade offers like this. I don't really want to accept them. So, all right, there you have it. Rantanen's on Seattle now. That looks so awkward. Like, the Colorado Avalanche have really fallen apart over the last couple seasons. But here we go. Moment of truth. What kind of player growth and development are we going to see? Plus 14 from LaFrance. That's insane. Anybody else? Ooh, Celebrini loses potential. That's not amazing. Eklund also loses potential. Not amazing. Zane Perek also loses potential. That's not great. That was really a drop off for our team, and obviously, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys there dropping overall rating. That was kind of expected with the team not playing well. But do we see any other spectacular growth from other players? Like, obviously, LaFrance. Ooh, yeah, we're signing Dupont. He's 82 overall. So I'm glad we didn't sign or try to go for Makar. That would have just been an overcommitment, 100%. Leonard didn't grow at all. Kirby only grew +1 rating. Am I blind or am I missing where Daggle didn't grow again? Are you kidding me, game? What is going on? Like, actually, though, not Chernyshov. Gabriel Daggle should have grown by now. He's 74 rated at 20. I'm seriously considering trading him now. Because, like, there's no way a guy has that much potential and then just doesn't grow. Not that there's no way. There's very much a way that happens, but I'm wondering is, like, you know, Nurmi's only 72. Okay, so he didn't grow quite as much as I expected. Casey 66. Okay, what other goalies are available? Goaltender with elite potential. Who's available? Not a lot. Yeah, it's not amazing. We've really kind of... Not that we've screwed ourselves, but we've made it a lot more difficult on ourselves. Pete Vasquez obviously looks really good. At 79 overall, with the stats he just put up, he should be growing more as well. But there's a lot of guys that should be growing and just haven't really yet. So now we're at the point where there aren't really any more real-life players in here, at least until Ilya Ovechkin gets here, but that's going to be a long ways down the road. But yeah, I like where Dupont's at. He's the second highest rated player in his class. I just don't like that Celebrini dropped potential. That just really stings because, you know, you look at his stats. He got better last year. He put up a 90-point season. He should be at least 90 overall at this point, especially with the contract we just gave him. So take it as it is. Is it frustrating? Yes. But we're hopefully going to, you know, get these guys pushing the right direction here. Perrick, we're going to have to really commit to playing him in some top roles here. But besides that, we will go and sign Landon Dupont contract. Sign the Landon Dupont contract. It just makes sense to have him there. And obviously our top line is pretty well set. I am interested if Will Smith has done his sniper potential training. I thought he would be done it by now. Apparently not. He scored 48 goals this year and 101, or this last year, and 101 points. So besides that, I'm going to put our second line as Eklund on the wing, Ko on the one side, and Misa up the middle. I think that's probably going to work best. And again, Eklund needs to become a sniper, so we'll get that done. And then I guess we're going... I don't know, who are we going with here? Because Alexiev could almost play in our team. Bordelot probably should be playing in our team. Where did Couture end up? He's 79 rated, so he's going to be in the AHL. A lot of guys ended up lower rated than I was expecting. So yeah, we'll go Weisblatt there, Cardwell there, Delandria centering that line, and then I want to go Bordelot centering the bottom line. Kunnensturm and Wenberg can kind of fight it out. Maybe we'll even trade one of those guys, see who has the highest value. And then here's our our defensive core. Looks interesting. That's how I would describe it. It's an interesting group of a defensive core there. Mukhamadulin's dropped more potential, which is kind of crazy to me, but, you know, we'll take it as it is. CC's going to be our 7th D, and then we'll run a Toivonen and Dupont pairing there. I think that'll work out nicely. But yeah, we don't actually have a ton of left D-man now that I'm looking at it. Trading Ferraro kind of threw that off, and then our goaltending is obviously not good, so maybe we look to free agency, see what's available for goalies. There's not a lot, so yeah, we probably should trade for a goalie. Because at this point I was expecting Daggle to be like at least in the 80s, and he's somehow not, so yeah. We will find some kind of trade here. But yeah, Dupont coming into the team is going to be huge. We'll advance one day, make sure he gets in here, make sure he's wearing number 10, which he should be. He's wearing 11 because Delandry is wearing 10, so we'll swap that number out real quickly. So yeah, Dupont's getting 10, no doubt about that in my mind. So yeah, we'll change that up, and then, yeah, besides that, you know, not that the team's looking great, the team's looking very questionable is how I would describe them, but we're going to make Celebrini the captain this year. Our alternates will be, because we had Ferraro, Granlund, and Couture as our captains, so we're changing it up now. We're going to go to the younger group, so we'll end up with let's go with Eklund as an alternate, and I think we have to go with, at the moment, Will Smith is an alternate, but that might change to Gavin McKenna depending on how the season goes. Like, obviously, Gavin McKenna scored 97 points as a rookie. He's going to be really good. It's just a matter of how good is really good going to be for him. So, all right. Besides that, I think we're probably ready to just go to the lineup and scratch a whole bunch of players. We'll probably move Sturm up and then Wenberg down. So yeah, obviously Dupont fills that top, I guess, second from the top role at the moment. Why don't we go like this? Play that pairing down there. Dupont and Toivonen in there. We could even go Chernak and Perek. How do we want to do this? Yeah, let's keep Perek up, even though he has the worst potential out of all of those. Out of these 4 D-men, he has the worst potential. I mean, we could also go with a pairing that looks a little more like this. We go Mukhamadullin out, CC in. Honestly, I would go... I want to play Perek on the right side, but... I mean, obviously him and... That's wrong. He should be a right-handed team. Man, is he not right-handed? He is right-handed, isn't he? I think that's just an error in my roster. Oh, he's definitely right-handed. I can see it from the pictures that pop up on Google. So that's an error on my part. So you know what? Because that's an error, let's now let's not swap him. Let's keep him on the left side for now. But yeah, we'll run the pairings like this instead. I think it's just a little bit better, a little more experience. Besides, obviously, you have that 18, 19-year-old pairing, which is what it is. It's not the end of the world by any means. We could even go Dupont down, but I don't really want to do that, so let's keep it like this. Mrazek's going to get a ton of games unless we find another goalie, which we might. We might find another goalie here, actually. Let's go explore some trades, change our block to literally just all we need is a starting goalie. Backup goalie as well. So yeah, just get us some additional goalies, please, because that is not looking too good right now from us. So let's see our trade history. I am interested in how our trade history's kind of turned out. Bates actually turned out okay, but we got Leonard and then that other pick in return. Gravel for Ferraro, not my best trade by any means. He is 70 overall, so actually, you know, that might be a pretty good trade. We'll see how that plays out. Obviously, Detroit gets Ferraro, he's good. He's a great defenseman, but we'll see how Gravel actually plays out. We got a second-round pick from Dallas, which we still haven't used yet. Bolak-Vostokov and Isaacson was actually a pretty solid trade. I think we still have Jan Isaacson, but he's not really going to go anywhere in my opinion. Churyakov for... and we picked Lindstrom too, because we ended up getting those other picks back here. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. As of right now, we are definitely losing the that Calgary trade with Askarov. They got the much better goalie here. He's a top 10 goalie in the league now at this point. So yeah, that one kind of stings. On the other hand, though, we absolutely fleeced the Panthers getting Richie, Richie's okay, but Toivonen was really the big name pick. That just looks so good now. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with where we're at as far as our overall trades go. Mario Daigle from Martin Cott could be good, but we got to give that a little more time. Philip Bistad is actually looking okay now in Seattle, but obviously Victor Eklund's going to be pushing the team this next year. Roland was not worth anything, and same with Marshall Michael, so we absolutely fleeced Toronto to get Daigle there, but he just needs to develop. And then Toffoli for what turned out to be 3 different very solid picks overall. Like Christensen was good, obviously. Fitzgerald's looking really good too. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how all of our trades have turned out so far. That Toffoli trade was actually amazing, getting 3 first-round picks for him. So yeah, at this point, I think we are almost done. We just got to set the special teams for the lineup here, which I think is fair. And then maybe we'll see a goalie trade before we get to the start of the regular season. But if we don't, so be it. It's really not the end of the world by any means. And yeah, we're going to run... You know what? Let's run... Cardwell's going in over Kako for sure. So we'll run that as our second unit. And then obviously, well, actually, you know what? Let's run Eklund. I was going to say in place of Misa, but you know what? I think Michael Misa is probably going to be fine right where he is. Yeah, no, that's a solid top unit. So obviously, we should probably have Dupont up there, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. And let's just lock that in. That'll be our 2 units. Lots of young guys, but I think it's going to work out fairly nicely. For the PK, on the other hand, we will go with... Actually, you know what? PK's looking pretty solid. Can't really complain about that. So yeah, we'll keep that pretty much the same. I'm not really going to mess around with the PK too much. That'll kind of just fix itself as we go throughout the year. And alright, let's head up to the next month at least, like finish off this month. There you can see the player ratings and changes. Not a ton of crazy growth, but Gravel, Dupont, LaFrance, those are kind of the big names of growth that we saw. Besides that, not a ton. Like Misa's up to 82, Toivonen's up to 83. It's minor. It's minuscule growth, honestly. So yeah, we'll auto-assign our scouting as usual. Finish up this month. Ooh, you know what? Either of these goalies could be good. How about we claim Blomqvist? I'm going to claim him. That's probably going to be the one guy that we want to claim. So we do get Blomqvist. That works for me. And then, you know what? Brandon Bussi as well. We're going to claim him too. We need some goalies. So, yeah, all right. We get 2 goalies off of waivers. That's actually pretty sweet. I'm happy with that. So, yeah. We'll simulate up to the start of the season where then I can set my roster. We could even get Devin Levi. You know what? Let's do it. Why not? Claim 3 goalies, actually build out our team. Yeah. Oh, we lost Bordeleau to Vegas. Pfft. Okay, well that's frustrating because I thought I had him locked for sure. So I don't actually know what happened there as to why he became unlocked as a player, but you know, well, that happens. That's a little frustrating, but it's also, again, he's not our best player by any means. So, yeah, all right. Look at the rookies we got this year. Coe, Cardwell, Toivonen, Dupont, Misa, Dickinson. That is a rookie team and a half there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to finish off Will Smith's sniper training. He's got 215 days left on it. We're also going to train Gavin McKenna's shot blocking because we want to get his defense up. And then finally we're going to train Dupont on, what's his lowest rated stat? One of his 3, defensive awareness, hitting, or something else. So we're going to go defensive awareness on Dupont. And then finally, we're going to go and train Kari Toivonen on... Okay, I guess we'll start with shooting, and then we're going to work on making him a 2-way D-man, because then he's just going to be able to produce better offense. For the AHL, Alisiev, we'll just work on... he's a pretty well-rounded player, actually. We'll work on shot blocking, I guess. Just work on overall training for Blomqvist. Hanzik just needs to get better. He's just simply not been good enough. Chernyshov, also not looking amazing. I really want him to get moving. And then I guess we'll train these 2 guys on, again, whatever's available there. Sure. All right, that works for me. So that is where we are at with our team and players and everything. We haven't seen any positive differences in player development. As far as potential goes, we've only seen negative, so that is a little bit tough. As far as best growth for any players goes, we're going to go and work on... A lot of these guys are just going to get balanced training, which is fine by me. I got nothing wrong with that. But some of these guys as well, it's like, ooh, okay, you need to be working on a little more. You know what? Why don't we work on Will Smith and Gavin McKenna's offense here a little more, because nothing else seems to really be working. Celebrini, I'm also going to work on his offense again. Let's just get that rolling, because otherwise these guys aren't growing properly. And even, yeah, we're just going to switch everything to offense, just full-blown start scoring more. That's all we want. Like, not that they aren't scoring. Obviously they are scoring, but it's more the matter of if we keep developing these guys offensively, our team is going to be filthy in a couple of seasons. So... Alright, Dupont is going to get... let's go offensive training still. Just really crank him up. Kirby gets balanced because he's a goalie. Leonard... we're going to work on his offense too, because again, yes, he's a defensive forward, but it doesn't really matter to me. We gotta get these guys training somehow. Gravel, we're going to go balanced. Hopefully he just continues to grow. That 2 rating difference between offense and defense isn't detrimental. It's just nice to have it balanced, obviously. Pennington grew by a lot. Holy, he had some of the highest growth rates out of any of our players there, plus 13 overall. And his overall rating is just insane. Anderson, again, most of these guys are just getting balanced training, which is fine by me. But we have to do this still. And Churyakov, sure, we'll go balanced as well. But yeah, I did not realize how much Pennington grew. He could potentially see a potential jump if he starts actually growing a little better. But again, give it time. These guys are by no means going to be superstars overnight, besides, like, you know, our top franchise potential guys. So yeah, that is where we are going to wrap up this video. Pretty solid video, honestly. I'm happy with where the team's at, besides a few specific players dropping potentials and just not growing quite as much as we would have wanted them to. But yeah, that is going to be it for me. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to go down below, drop a like, subscribe, hit notifications, do all that good stuff. And Mrazek's probably going to get claimed, but also make sure to, of course, answer the comment I'm going to leave down in the description so you guys can respond and potentially get featured like a couple of those other people just did in this video. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one coming up. Obviously, we've got 2 of the most hyped prospects on our team in Dupont and Gavin McKenna. So it's going to be a fun one coming up here in San Jose, but that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Etanyos signing out, and until next time.